This kind of video should deserve its own kind of series because honestly, I do way too many of these. Hey guys, Carbon here, and wow, it has been a long time since I've done YouTube. So, yeah, I've been pretty much gone for a long time, so let's cut to the chase and jump into what needs to be talked about. And one of those things I want to get into is the lack of videos of why have I not been doing them. And yeah, so let's get into detail about that. So apparently from the last video that I made was I would say in May 22nd, possibly in 2019, I think, or 2018. I don't clearly remember which year it was, but basically that was the last time I uploaded a video. And right now we're in 2020 in March. Crazy how that is, but yeah, that shows I've been gone for a long time. So to get to the point, where have I been? Apparently the format I was doing with these videos, which was Pokevlogs, were the first things I wanted to start doing. And to get any footage from them, they were pretty hard to do, because considering the fact was that I didn't have a job, so that means I didn't really have any money. I would go on the bus, but I didn't have any cash all the time, so it would really be hard to really go out anywhere, because my downtown area, which is usually where I go to get any footage for Pokemon Go, takes me about an hour and a half, I would say, to at least get there, depending where specifically I want to go or where I want to film and blah blah blah. I mean, that part didn't really bother me as much because honestly, I like walking. It's pretty active, it's pretty fun, I guess. But I will admit that after a whole day of walking, I would be sore the next day, so it'll be really kind of hard to really push myself. But honestly, that's not really a main issue. I would say the biggest issue I have during those times of making those videos was trying to come up with topics to talk about. I mean, I guess from the first two videos I made, there were some generic topics I did had ideas for, but the other last two videos were mostly about just recaps about the events that Pokemon Go had, such as I guess it was the Earth Day that they had, and the community days I did. Man, just saying those out loud takes me back. Man, those were good times. Good times. But even so, I still was unsure what I wanted to talk about. There were a lot of ideas, such as talk about video games or talk about stories that I have. I don't know. Stories were kind of hard because it's just I rarely did anything in my life. I mean, I had weird occurrences, but nothing too extraordinary. Until I discovered that I should start doing streaming on my phone. There are a couple people that do streaming on Pokemon Go or certain, what do you call it? Vlogs, I guess you can call it like that. So I kind of want to do it like that, but with, some gameplay involved. And there were a couple apps that does provide streaming, but the one in particular really caught my attention, which was DU Recorder. Now that app, I really enjoyed its features. Well, at first it was a rocky start because I tried to do a couple streams on YouTube. However, there were complications such as settings and viewership, so I wasn't really enjoying it. So I decided to switch over to Twitch, and Twitch worked out really well for me. Yeah, it was really great. I streamed there most of my time for about 2 to 3 months, I would say, in that kind of span. Until weirdly enough, the app decided to change its services, which now they asked for a monthly subscription to even use the app and its features, which to me was really dumb. I really do not appreciate the fact that they did that when this app was already free. There were a couple things you could get for the membership, but to use the app to stream, and one of the features I loved about it was that you could see chat. You could see it as a notification in your phone, so you could still see the chat. What I hate about the other apps is that you had to use another device in order to use chat, which I didn't like that feature, those kind of features, or there was no way to see chat. So it was just how am I supposed to be interactive with the stream if I can't see chat? I can't be talking to myself and assume everybody's watching. I'm not I'm a weirdo. Maybe. That's when I started ending up not doing the streams anymore. So during that time, I was still creating Poke vlogs or doing the streaming. I was able to get a job. Recently, one of my mom's friends told us about this job, and we called this guy and see if we can get something. And this job was doing janitorial work. Now, to elaborate on my experience with it, I've had some pretty good experience doing some janitorial work, so I didn't mind doing the job. So yeah, after a few days of discussing of how the job's gonna be, doing the figuring out our schedule, we were able to finally do it, and the job was simple. It was a 30-minute drive to this landfill area, and we work 2 hours every day. And this place, was just cleaning out the garbage, taking out the garbage, cleaning everything that's around, replacing supplies, all that kind of stuff, and doing that every single day, and mop the floors, blah blah blah. The pay wasn't too bad. I would say the pay was at least $300, which is not so bad. It's not so bad as your first job, honestly. But it was enough money for me to help get my laptop fixed, which is also the coolest thing, honestly, which I'm really was happy about. Finally getting my laptop fixed after it shut down pretty badly. And I was really excited with this job. I was really, really happy with it, and I was happy with the pay. I didn't mind it at all. But eventually, something happened. After a couple months, one day we were just working, and I guess the employer called me and told me like, hey, the contract expired for this building, so we can no longer work in this place anymore. And to me, I was kind of bummed out. Like, really? We're not going to be working here anymore? And I was so hoping of finally owning a Nintendo Switch. I was super excited about it, but sadly it came down to, yeah, no, we're gonna be not working anymore. I mean, because I was really hoping to get a Nintendo Switch after I paid off a couple of things, and it was gonna go great, but my plan folded. I mean, during that time too, of myself working so much, because I was working at least every single day, starting I would say around 4:30, I guess. And since we'd be we get there at 5, and we would leave at 7 and come home at 7:30, and I would just be exhausted. I knew I had a YouTube channel, and I had still many plans for it, and also Twitch too. I try my very best to just push myself to do it, but I just couldn't. And even after that whole thing happened, I was still trying to keep myself busy by doing other things. Yeah, just a lot of personal things I've been trying to do, and yeah, it was just hard. And I would say at that time, I did have free time to actually get back to my YouTube channel. But if I'm gonna be honest, there's some things that bother me still. I think every content creator would say the same thing, which is the fear of that somebody's not gonna like what they put up, that they're not gonna enjoy it, and people are just gonna criticize it. I know it sounds dumb to be worried about these kind of things, but I'm the kind of person that just lacks motivation sometimes. And usually I lose that motivation when I don't see what's the point of doing it. When I'm so focused on results, I'm so focused on numbers, and it's just something I really want to tell myself not to be so focused on, because it just discourages you from doing something you love to do. And there's people will tell you you shouldn't be focused on that, you should be doing something else, a better job, a better career. And it's just let me just figure out what I want to do with my life. And I feel people just don't give you that opportunity. People would just crush you down and just take away that happiness and just say no, you gotta work in a job that you don't like and you don't care about because it pays well. And honestly, it's that doesn't sound fun. I want a job that I can say, yeah, I'm happy to do it. I can say the janitorial job, I love doing it, I don't hate it. You know what's weird about all of this is that this video this update video I had put off for a long time. I don't remember when was the day I decided to do it. Maybe it was beginning of this year that I was gonna say, like, you know what, I'm gonna reboot my channel, I'm gonna do my best to do it. But it took a long time for me to really just do it. Like, just sit down, make the video. And there were a couple things I need to figure out, of course. And you know, funny enough too, after what I just said, I was able to land a new job, same employer, but this time it's a different place. It's still the same driving distance, not too much hours, but yeah, it was decent. I mean, we started getting more things to do, so we were able to land an extra hour of work, so that means a little bit extra pay. However, with this virus, I think thousands of people have talked about this, and it's all over the world, it's all over the news. It's no surprise that with this coronavirus, when the place I clean as a school, the place is currently going to be shut down for a couple days. Well, who knows? It could be until a little bit longer. But for now, I don't really have a job, and I guess I have more free time. And yet again, yeah, that whole process repeats itself, and hopefully we still get back to work. But for now, I do want to get back into doing YouTube again, because I really do miss all of this. I do really miss all of you guys, I guess. I really do appreciate all of you that stick around and still subscribe, unless you're those, you know, you're one of those people that's like, oh, eventually unsubscribe because he doesn't really put anything. But I'll get around to that eventually. Just kidding. There is something I did want to talk about back then, and it used to be more about how was I feeling in the last couple months of 2019, but around, like, I would say November, December. I don't want to say I have depression because I really never really got checked out for it, so I don't feel like comfortable enough to go online and say, like, yeah, I have depression. Because one, I don't want to offend people, and two, it's just like I really haven't seen a therapist, so I can't really say that when I'm not clear what I really have. I would say though that I have been sad a couple months ago. And right now, I'm not too sad. I would say I have, like, moments where, you know, the brain comes to talk to me. It's like, hey, yeah, you know, you're horrible. It's like, you don't deserve to be happy. You stay sad. And back then, I would say, like, I was going through some, I don't know. I guess I would say I was just questioning a lot of who I was. Like, who do I mean to certain people? Like, I was starting to have self-doubt about myself and believing the fact that I don't really belong anywhere. That I'm, how would you say it? I deserve to be alone. That's basically it, that I feel I don't deserve friends, I don't deserve anybody in my life because no one truly values me, and that's something stupid to think, I know, but it's weird how that works because I lived in my life thinking of value, and it's really crazy how that is when you look at value and don't really understand it, or you just put value first and you see that makes sense, you know. Like, you have favorites, you have people that you'd rather stick to than rather the people you want to be with or be there for. I mean, there's so much to go on about all of this, but I would say yes, I've been sad, I've been depressed for a while, and I have my good days, and right now I would say I'm feeling good. I would say I'm feeling good. I have my good days, of course, and these are one of those good days where I'm actually being productive, but I don't know. Life just really throws you something, and you either adapt to it or you give in. and you just have to just work it out, whether it's by yourself or the support you have with your friends or family. But yeah, I want to get back into focusing, doing the things I love to do, and focus on things that make me happy. And yeah, one day I'll get to talking about more of this when I really have a clear idea, or I don't know, whenever it's a good time to talk about it, because I really don't feel like this is a good time. But I just want to let you all know this is the update. Also, as you can tell, I'm finally got a Switch because I'm playing Smash Ultimate. So be expecting decent content. Comment what? So yeah, just be aware that I have some videos planned coming up pretty soon. At the moment right now, I have nothing recorded, so don't expect anything this week, but hopefully in a couple more days, expect some content coming out. Right now, I'm just figuring out programming, getting back into editing. Man, editing is so weird. I don't have Adobe anymore, but I am using a different program, but we'll see how that goes, and see if I like it. But yeah, guys, again, thank you for those who listen, and I hope to see you guys in the future. So yeah, I really don't know how I end on these anymore. How do I end on this video? How do you do that again? I guess I'll just say, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, bye-bye.